Peace profound, love sincere, in service of divine light. Welcome to this new lesson from the Magic Society of the White Flame. These lessons are being made available freely to the general public for the benefit of spiritual seekers worldwide. Please return to our website on a regular basis for more free lessons, or to get updates by email when you sign up for the preferred visitors notification service. We're about to explore an important technique that can potentially be your secret weapon in getting an edge in your everyday life. You've probably heard it 1,000 times. The saying goes that knowledge is power. This is partially true. However, there are two caveats. The first is that possession of knowledge, when it is still actionable, is most important. This means that you must have knowledge before it becomes common knowledge. The second caveat is that you must use this knowledge intelligently and with absolute determination. This is true in spheres of business, health, and romance. Knowing something before it's too late could literally save your life. This is true not only in the mundane sphere, but also in the spiritual sphere. It is equally true in pursuit of sacred and esoteric knowledge, and thus, to know is one of the most important axioms of magic. This is why the ancients focused on discovering the hidden secrets of nature. Their pursuits of hidden knowledge were so great, and their methods were so guarded from the commoners, that their whole art and science became known as the occult. Occult literally means hidden, and believe it or not, occult knowledge can't all be found in your local bookstore. There remains a massive body of knowledge that will net you 0 hits on Google and can't be found for $20 at Barnes & Noble. One of the biggest mysteries of the occult is how the ancients actually discovered what they discovered. You'll hear people these days talk about tarot as a means of divination. You hear about psychics. You hear about people closing their eyes and seeing images of otherworldly beings and receiving messages from angels. If you get into the archives and dig up manuscripts 500 or 1,000 years old, you will not see any of that. You will find references to oracles or prophets, but these were few in number. People saw oracles and prophets as vessels by which the gods spoke to man, but the kind of spiritual training they underwent and the process itself isn't as well known. One thing is for sure, people back then didn't believe that just anyone could do it. Their secret code for discovering the hidden mysteries of the universe, from the Philosopher's Stone to how to connect with spiritual beings, remains, for the most part, truly occult. This is really a big topic, and we're not going to explore it all in this lesson. We are going to focus on one of the most prized and guarded body of techniques. Nineveh Shadrach has dropped hints once or twice during his interviews for the Western world, but that's about it. The lucky few who knew these techniques existed have been begging him for more information about them for years. You are about to get a glimpse of one of those techniques right now. So let's get started. Ziraja, the secret occult decoder of the ancients. Ziraja was one of those ancient decoders used to unlock the hidden secrets of the universe. It is based on one of the most important fundamentals of the esoteric science. This one, from the Sefer Yetzirah. In 32 mysterious paths of wisdom, Yah, eternal of hosts, God of Israel, living Elohim, Almighty God, high and extolled, dwelling in eternity, holy be his name, engraved and created his world in 3 Sepharim, in writing, number, and word. And that from the Sefer Yetzirah. But you might be thinking, what about this? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, from the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 1. Well, they both tell the same story, actually. If you look at the actual Hebrew of the book of Genesis, you will see before the word heavens and the following two Hebrew words highlighted in red, and the same before the Hebrew for the earth. These two letters are code for Aleph Tov, or the entire Hebrew alphabet. The implied meaning here is that before God created anything, God created the alphabet, both the celestial and terrestrial versions. What is an alphabet, really? It is a combination of numbers, written letters, and spoken words. The idea of letters as numbers may come across as strange today, but in the ancient Near East, people used letters interchangeably with numbers. They used the letter Aleph wherever they wanted to represent the numerical value of 1. What does this have to do with the Ziraja? It boils down to a hypothesis that the ancients considered very important. If God created the heavens and the earth through the alphabet, and if the alphabet was the first to come, and if the Word was with God and the Word was God, then all we have to do to decode the mysteries of the Word so that we can unravel the mysteries of nature. I'm going to say that one more time because it's very important. It boils down to this hypothesis that the ancients considered very important. If God created the heavens and the earth through the alphabet, and if the alphabet is the first to come, and if the Word was with God, and the Word was God, then all we have to do to decode the mysteries is to decode the Word, and we can unravel the mysteries of nature. The Arabs who got hold of this system in the Middle Ages called this code breaker Ziraja, and they kept it hidden. Ziraja works on the principle that the answer to a question can be found in the letters of the question itself. The way this works is that often you take the letters of the question, convert them into numbers, apply a specific formula, convert the numbers back into letters, and presto, it spells for you the answer to your question. Sometimes the answer is straightforward, but sometimes you need to rearrange the letters like anagrams or a game of Scrabble. The older methods are more than complex, and you need to be familiar with whole branches of the occult art, including astrology and even angel and jinn magic. These were also built on Near Eastern languages like Hebrew and Arabic. Converting them into English is a nightmare because many of the original notes were lost. Yes, they went to such measures to protect these methods. Effectively, they encrypted the code breaker, and many of the Ziraja masters have died hundreds of years ago, and their art was lost. The method you are about to see is one of the first ever to be translated and adapted into English in over 1,000 years.